Sacramento continued to play super fast attacking basketball, leading the NBA in pace, points, and three-pointers attempted. This style was perfect for White Chocolate, who was among the best passers in the league with 7.5 assists per game. For the second year in a row, Williams was second in the NBA in three-point attempts, but the big problem was that he was making less than 30% of his deep shots. Despite many offensive weapons and great flow of the offense, the Kings were as thin as paper defensively, which again cost them when it was most important. Sacramento played Shaq and Kobe's Lakers in the first round and convincingly lost the first two games in LA. However, in Sacramento, they managed to fight back and push the series to the deciding Game 5. But in the final game of the series, the Lakers trashed the Kings 113-86, and Sacramento's defense couldn't cope with prime Shaq. Despite his many qualities, Jason Williams also had a high number of turnovers and poor shooting percentages, and Rick Adelman benched him in every fourth quarter of the series. But when the 2001 season started, the Kings were stronger than ever. Their defensive issues were solved by bringing in a lanky small forward Doug Christie, and they also added Hedo Turkoglu, one of the best European big men from that era. The team mastered the Princeton offense to perfection, and the harmony of their offensive sets was fascinating. It seemed like they could play with their eyes closed. Backdoor cuts, no-look passes, alley-oops, transition threes. The Kings were ahead of their time, playing an early version of the modern NBA game we see today. Chris Webber was playing at the MVP level and finished fourth in MVP voting. Stojakovic became a permanent starter who averaged over 20 points. Divac made the All-Star team, and Christie made the All-NBA defensive team. Williams still created a spectacle, but the flashy style was often at the expense of the substance. He was the only player on the team whose statistics decreased, and White Chocolate averaged only 9 points and 5 assists per game. However, the Kings again led the NBA in points scored, and the defense climbed into the top 10. They finished the season with 55 wins, the most in franchise history, and their hopes were extremely high for the playoffs. In the first round of the playoffs against the Suns, Sacramento was firing on all cylinders, with all 5 starters averaging double figures in points. They defeated the Suns 3-1, after which they faced the defending champions, Shaq and Kobe. The Kings fans hoped that they would be better than the year before and possibly upset the Lakers, but they got a big slap in the face. The Lakers were unstoppable that year, and they swept the Kings, even though Sacramento was very close to victory in 3 of the 4 games. But while the other starters played great in that series, White Chocolate struggled. He averaged only 5 points and 3 assists on a horrible 29% shooting. And despite being the most popular player on the team, Sacramento's GM Geoff Petrie knew he needed to find someone better. So a few months after the season ended, Jason Williams was traded to the Grizzlies for Mike Bibby, who was a far better shooter and defender than Williams. And while Bibby led the Kings to the greatest success in franchise history,